Hello. All right, so this is the second video in our dopamine regulation, serotonin, and nervous system regulation. And like I've said, I'm going to make these really spaced out because it feels really important, because dopamine in just the brain and the body and the nervous system, there's so much to cover. So slow and steady wins this race. So first of all, I want to thank you all for being here. I really appreciate you being here. This concept saved my life. This regulation saved my life to be able to be in this space with you. So I share this with the deepest reverence for this, and I pray that it lands with you as well. So in the last video, I touched base on the pain-pleasure cycle. In this one, I'm going to talk about overstimulation in society and in our own micro lens. So micro lens is to you as macro lens is to society. So when I use those terms, that's what I'm referring to. The micro or you, or macro collective. So this overstimulation idea. We are so accustomed to numbing ourselves because we're so, we overstimulate and we choose to numb ourselves. And it comes off of us wanting to escape the pain-pleasure cycle, right? Robbing Peter to pay Paul. But off of that is, the more that we're putting off the immediate, the long term, you're so addicted to this immediate gratification, you're setting a foundation for your legacy or the lack of one. Meaning, if you're so overstimulated and you're always pleasure seeking because you're wanting to self-soothe. So this is the part we need to validate. You're trying to self-soothe these pains or wounds that were invalidated, and they created this imbalance, this dysregulation in your nervous system. So if you're always pleasure seeking because you're wanting to self-soothe, it's a cognitive overload or an overwhelm of the sympathetic nervous system that stimulates your drive. Your coping mechanism is actually perpetuating this dysregulation in your system. And if your micro lens is not regulated, your reflected reality is going to be a reflection of that currency or that energy. So if we are always seeking this overriding of I'm not allowed to feel this pain, or this is so painful for me that I want to escape it, without actually going to this core wound, this core part of ourself, sitting with our essence, sitting with our wounds, sitting with feelings, allowing them to be, and there's many reasons for that. The next video, I want to go through some of the reasons as to why we would choose to be overstimulated. But I want to validate you, and I want to thank you all for being here, and just understanding that this is a part of you seeking healing, and it's very fearful of coming forward. So let's celebrate that, and thank you all. I love you.